Hey there guys, my name is Marcus, and in this video I'm going to compare two ETFs, QQQM with ARKK or ARK Innovation ETF. Both are good ETFs, but there are some advantages and disadvantages I personally see that I'm going to talk in this video. Of course, if you have your own opinion on these ETFs, write it down below in the comments. If you have some ideas or like some ETFs that I should compare, also share it down below and I will make a video on that. And also, I created a course how we can make money with ETFs, how we can understand ETFs better. Course is going to be down below in the description. So without further ado, let's start. Now, here we are in a QQQM and ARKK. First thing first, some words about QQQM. What is it about? QQQM was introduced or created by Invesco as a competitive product for new upcoming investors with right now with low liquidity, 2.5 billion only. And why did they do that? Only because the QQQ, let's say QQQ is a father and QQQM is a son. And QQQ has expense ratio 0.20. QQQM got only 0.15. Only because Invesco said it, okay, the product is good. And we want more people to join the train and make more money from expense and from management fees. Therefore, they introduced a new product. And that's pretty much it. Only because like if they would lower the expense ratio of QQQ, they would lose money. By this way, they're gonna have QQQ for long-term investors that are investing for years and years, and then for new upcoming QQQM, so they are still making money. On the other hand, ARKK or ARK Innovation ETF, issuer is ARK, and it's a disruptive fund, I would say, disruptive ETF, and it's active management fund. It's active management ETF. It's not like QQQM, which is actually copying NASDAQ top 100 companies, which are right now, most of them technology. You see right here, underlying index, NASDAQ 100 index. NASDAQ 100 index. And now that's pretty much it. So let's go to expense ratio. Expense ratio, as you can see, you're gonna see 0.15. Expense ratio 0.75. So ARKK is much more expensive. And now, what does it mean, the expense ratio? Expense ratio is when you would have like $10,000, you would pay expense $15. Here, 75. So when you go here and you calculate it like this. See? And this is how we do it. Now, when you go further, you see also number of holdings, 104 comparing to 46. And then you see also the performance. The performance is interesting here because ARKK was growing hardcore last year. When we come here, performance on ARKK. And overview. Yeah, I don't know what here it is. Here it is. Yep. Last year, look at this 3 year. The period here on 2020, the growth was crazy. It went from, like, let's say when we take March, $38 to, it was 5x in matter of year, comparing to the QQQM. When we take 1 year, it went from March, it was like what, 15, 20, yeah, 20% probably growth. So the growth there was crazy, but right now, as you see, right now the ARK is performing differently comparing to the March to December, and it's actively managed and changed, and we will get to the holdings in a second. Now when you go further, you see the sectors here. We're gonna see also the QQQM only, but I will show the holdings. You see the QQQM got most of the technology, then consumer and healthcare, that makes like 91%. When we compare the holdings here, you see the Microsoft Corporation, Apple, Amazon, and Tesla and Nvidia got around 40%, just these 5 companies. On the other hand, you see right here that ARKK got Tesla, Teladoc, Coinbase, Roku, Unity Software, Zoom, Spotify, Square, Shopify, Zillow Group, and many more. So you see those companies are completely different. I'm not going to say that you should invest long-term into one or you shouldn't invest into that one, or I don't know. That's like completely up to you what kind of strategy you're gonna implement. In my opinion, many people QQQM or QQQ they are using for long-term investing because it's copying what market decides is the best. So those top 100 companies. On the other hand, with ARKK, it's actively managed by ARK Invest. So, and they are most of the time they're choosing the top players, but many times they are choosing the disruptive companies which can literally dominate the market, right? So when we even come here and you see DocuSign here, which is like a crazy company, and when you look on a, I completely understand their strategy only because when you come here to DocuSign and look on a popularity, and even Roku, right? Roku is crazy company. See? Look at this. See on the growth? So this is what they're actually doing. PagerDuty also. I had the stock, I sold it. Also growth there. Any of this is what they do. Nanostring technology. Skills. And this is pretty much it. So they're focusing on disrupting the market and disrupting like the segments. And this is what the ARK Invest is about disrupting. And now, yeah, disruptive innovation. Another thing, what I have to share with you is that just summarization, because I don't know what else to share with you. Now, when you come here to summarize it, expense ratio is higher in ARKK only because it's active managed and you get potential to have higher earnings, but also higher risk. Comparing to QQQM, which is only copying what market decides is the best. It's not about like someone saying, okay, we need to invest into those. It's just copying the index of NASDAQ. You see that you don't have any underlying index with ARKK. So remember that. And also when you look on a performance, now the ARKK wasn't performing really well. When we look on a 3 months period and we come here, look on the last 3 months period, it wasn't performing well. Even 6 months period, it went down, up. Comparing to QQQM, see, we had good growth last 6 months. So this is something that's like up to which strategy you use. Write me down below in the comments your thoughts on both of these. Also, what you can do is to check the course down below in the description. I'm really happy to help you, provide you some guidance and stuff like that. So thank you very much guys for watching and have a great day and goodbye. See ya.